First of all, thank you all for who have stuck around. We've been at this for quite some time. I often end up bringing this into some form of guided visualization, but I feel like there have been a lot of them tonight. So we'll skip through that. My topic is, hold on, what is it? Evolving our sexual consciousness, mind, body, and spirit. I want to give you just a brief little background about who I am and why you should bother listening to what I have to say. Again, my name is Destin Gerek. My background's around, basically my work is around the intersection between sexuality and spirituality. Many of us, all these various talks that we've had tonight have been like, yes, we are here, we are gathered because we get that there's something big happening on this planet, that there's a shift that's occurring, because you know what, we don't really have much of a choice, or we have two choices: evolve, die. Well, I'm choosing evolve. And along this way, I believe that a big part of this evolution in human consciousness must be a shift in our sexual consciousness. And that arguably, this is an area of our being that needs it the most. Yeah? Anybody else feel that perhaps there's something there? That even within our consciousness-oriented communities, there's still varying levels of unconsciousness when it comes to sex. Either it's still that shameful thing that I kind of feel guilty about, certainly fearful about, certainly can't really talk about publicly, or if so, it's wrapped up in jokes and humor or something, haha, you know, but as far as being real, being grounded, treating our sexuality with the same level of respect and reverence and honor as all these other areas of our work. Like I can speak for myself and some others that I know within these communities who do work around sexuality. You know, we often find that we run into quite a few challenges within these communities as far as simply getting this aspect of work taken seriously and the importance behind it. But raise your hand if sex is something that you think about every now and then. Yeah? Every now and then?
Put your hand down, Lion.
So, we've been born into this world where we've inherited this cultural baggage of sexual shame, of guilt, of fear, of our own bodies, of our own sexuality. And most of us have been raised in such a way that there's sexuality here and there's spirituality here. And not only are these separate spheres, but they're opposing. Well, what if it didn't need to be that way? What if it wasn't meant to be that way? What if instead our sexuality and our spirituality were meant to be an integrated thing, where the deeper we dive into our spirituality, the more profound and magnificent our sexual experiences could be? What if through diving into these bodies, through diving into our sexuality, there's an opportunity to get closer to God, to Source, to experience our oneness with the universe and all it is? And what if this was the way in which we primarily, as a species, related to our sexuality? Rather than this thing I have to hide and then kind of like comes out in these kind of weird ways. But I'm of the belief that a lot of the problems that we see in this world are, at the very least, made worse by the fact that we're kind of fucked up when it comes to sex. So what might it be like, or more importantly, what might you be like when you have finally come to that point where all that cultural baggage we were just speaking about, that sexual shame, that guilt, that fear, who are you when you've released that? How might you be different when it's finally gone? And it's not like as if it never was. No, maybe for our children. But for it to be like that for our children, it needs to happen for you. So if you are a parent here, The best way that you can help raise sexually healthy children is getting right with yourself. If you ever plan on having children, start getting right with yourself. And so the gift that we get, though, is that, you know, when we move through something, when we finally release something, it's not as if it never was. No, like we grow through that experience. Part of who we've become is because we had those experiences. But I'd like for you to just allow yourself in the back of your mind, or the front of your mind, just start to contemplate how you might be different, who you might be once the shift has fully taken place. How you might relate to your body when you stand in front of the mirror. Naked, able to fully examine yourself from head to toe without cringing at any part, but feeling nothing but absolute love, acceptance, total respect for self, because it starts here. It starts here. And until we're fully right here, you can't be here. And so this is the game that I play with a lot of my work in the world. Much of my work involves a form of coaching I refer to as erotic empowerment coaching. It's transformational personal development work. It's basically around helping those that I work with get crystal clear on who you will be once this shift has taken place. Because once you have that clarity of vision, well, you automatically start to get closer to becoming them. And the more that you hold it, closer and closer you get. You just start walking. And it's not even about ever 100% becoming him, her. It's about holding that clarity and taking step by step by step. And every day, it's a little bit more. And along the way, you fuck up. It's life. And as much as, I don't know about you, but myself, I'll just speak for, you know, as much as I want to be perfect, with every shred of fiber in my being, somehow I still don't seem to be. So mess-ups occur, and that's fine. You know, I feel that this is the biggest key to creating transformation in our lives in general, is to, you know, follow that ancient, I think it's Japanese proverb of, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. So, mess up. Instead of self-flagellation, oh my god, I suck, I'm horrible, see, I should never have tried. It's like, okay, now that helped me get clear on what not to do. Now let me go again. Ah, there it is again. And getting clearer and clearer through our mistakes and through our right action. And so it is my vision. It is my vision to live in a world in which, well, in which men and women are, well, in which we no longer have this war of the sexes, which is so friggin' cliche and tired, but in which men and women are really see one another, first and foremost, as opportunities for inspiration. I can speak as a man who's primarily attracted to women, that women inspire the best out of me. That I am the man that I am because of the fucking amazing women who have been in my life. And it is very much my hope and intention to continue to step myself up into being a better and better and better and better man, so that I can serve and be there and mutually inspire the women of this world, and as well as my brothers. And so this is part of the vision that I hold for each and every one of us here, is that we each have this opportunity to be part of shifting global sexual consciousness, and you do it by starting within. So join me, and together, let's create this shift. Last thing before I go, the other key piece that I've really found in regards to releasing shame, guilt, fear, is starting off with acknowledging it exists. that recognizing where does it, starting to look for, like, instead of shoving it underneath the carpet and pretending that oh no, I'm fine. Really taking out the fleshlight, shining it on yourself and within, and being like, well, okay, yeah, maybe I am fine. Maybe life's fine, you know, I'm good there, I'm good. But like, if there is any of this within me, if any of the stuff that I've grown up in, from my parents, from church, from wherever, if any of that's still in me, how might that show itself? In what I do, in what I don't do, in how I speak and don't, in the level of comfort that I am in my body, or when I'm connecting with somebody romantically, sexually. How is that there? And starting to recognize, there's my sexual shame. There's my guilt. There's my fear. Naming it. Naming it, because once you do, then you can start moving through. Everything starts with awareness. Gain that awareness, and you can start release. 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 I want to thank you all for my 10 minutes. I've got plenty more. My name again is Destin Gerek. My personal website is eroticrockstar.com. Pretty easy to remember. And lastly, my partner Ishel is also here, and I think she's getting a massage. We are in the midst of launching a film project called Endless Seduction, an initiation into ecstatic pleasure, which I'd be happy to speak with you more about. And yeah, thank you. Have a beautiful night. Look forward to connecting with you this weekend.